Bev, my light just came.
Okay, Beverly, I'm looking for, there you are.
I'm here.
Grand, there you are, we're ready to go.
That's a lot of me. Thank you.
Looking all beautiful.
Thanks. Well, thanks, Chris and Nikki. Welcome everybody to the Heat Team Leadership Call every third Tuesday of the month. Okay, I just got sidetracked. So I see my favorite star, Wonder Woman, there. So well, I get the privilege to introduce a really good friend that I am grateful to have on this journey with me over these last couple of years that I have been with the company. And so when we were looking for a speaker for our leadership call, immediately Wanda came to my mind because she is definitely a trailblazer in all sense of the words. So guys, I'm Beverly Grandison, a national marketing director with the Heat team. I'm excited. I'm going to do a formal introduction first, and then I'm going to tell you just a little bit more on just the personal relationship that we have. But Dr. Wanda Chadwick was born actually in Brooklyn, where I was born, and she is Puerto Rican parents, and she is Puerto Rican 100%. And she earned her bachelor's degree of science from St. John's University, and thereafter pivoted to Oriental medicine, acupuncture, nutrition, and herbal medicine. So her 4 years of study took her to the residency in Harbin, People's Republic of China. Wow. She is co-founder and vice president of Florida Natural Healthcare Center in Weston, Florida, where she teaches scientific evidence on how to change health outcomes by changing one's diet and lifestyle. Dr. Wanda partnered with the Juice Plus community 21 years ago and has earned a position of presidential marketing director and 100 Club member. She is the first Latina in the history of the company to reach this level. She has amassed the company's largest Puerto Rican team. Dr. Wanda created the internet communities, Empresarios, Latinos, and Sisters with Grits to encourage.
You got that.
Yes, and Sisters with Grit to encourage and empower bosspreneur women of varying cultures and backgrounds to create their best lives. She lives currently in Palm Beach, Florida, with her husband, who is co-owner with her, and he's also a doctor of 22 years and 2 amazing teenage, well, almost really grown boys now. So I am just really excited to hear, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, if y'all think that I come with energy, Wanda is like way more energy. So put your seatbelt on right now, because she tells it like it is. And that's what I loved about her. When I first met her, she came up to me at a conference and was like, okay, who are you? I saw you in this video. And I'm like, who is this lady? And she was like, I think I really like you. And I was like, what? And that was the connection and bond immediately right there, because I really appreciated her as a leader coming to me just to say, hey, thank you for what you're doing. And so we are friends, I love the relationships where we're sisters in Christ, friends, and the bonus is, business partners, but we can literally pray together and really talk and encourage each other. And she's strong enough to pull my coattail and say, no, do it again, Bev, or do it over. So I'm appreciative of the partnership that we have and the lives that we're impacting together in the brown and Black communities. And so without further ado, Wanda, thank you so much for agreeing to say yes to our training, and you take it away from here.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Beverly, thank you for sending me that boxer and inviting me on the team call. I'm so honored to be here. And Chris and Nikki, thank you for agreeing to having me on. That is awesome. So yes, like Beverly said, I am a New Yorker with Puerto Rican parents. And as far as I'm concerned, I am the first Latina, because I'm going to tell you why I think I'm the first Latina at this group with the Juice Plus company. It's because I am the first diversified person with 2 languages living in 2 cultures, and I fully understand both of them. I haven't found anybody else at the Juice Plus company that can do that. So whoop, whoop for me. So I am it. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. And thank you all for being here tonight. So I'm going to tell you what this graphic means to me. This graphic represents who I am. These are two powerful Puerto Rican women. You heard Beverly say brown women. Well, in Puerto Rico, we can be my beautiful color, Beverly's beautiful color. You can be blonde and blue-eyed. That's what Nikki and I were talking yesterday. And we're all diversified. We are all Latinas, but at the same time, we're Americans. So we live in two worlds. Now, this represents to me the Puerto Rican woman of power, of confidence, ready to make things happen. And that's me. 21 years ago, when I found out about the company, I said to myself, it's your turn now. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do with this company? I'm going to tell you how I even got introduced to the company. I got married 22 years ago. I'm an acupuncture doctor, and what I did was fertility acupuncture, nutrition, and functional medicine. My husband, Beverly, has actually been a doctor for 33 years. 33 years. So he's the head doctor at our clinic right now. So when we got married and I got pregnant the first year, I had my first miscarriage. Second year, got pregnant, had a second miscarriage. Third year, got pregnant and had my third miscarriage. Around that time, it was when my sponsor, well, she wasn't even my sponsor yet, a lady that I knew from the breakfast meetings in the morning where I would go talk about Juice Plus and nutrition. She introduced me to Juice Plus, and one day she comes up to me and says, there's a doctor coming to Fort Lauderdale to speak. And I was like, no, look, I don't want to go hear anybody else. She said, no, really, I think that you're going to enjoy her. Her name is Dr. Mitra Ray. She's from Pakistan. She has a PhD in this. She went down the list of Dr. Mitra Ray's education. And I said, okay, because I'm pro-education. So I said, I'll go with you. I saw Dr. Mitra Ray speak. After the conversation, I went up to Dr. Ray and I said, listen, I have the ability of getting pregnant, but I cannot hold a baby. She said, go on Juice Plus, double it up, change your lifestyle, because we're all about changing lifestyles. Change your husband's lifestyle, double up the Juice Plus for him, and then tell me what happens. That's all Dr. Ray said. That was in June of 2002. My first son was born exactly June 2003, after we both started doubling up our Juice Plus and changed our lifestyle and started exercising more. So that's my story. And my husband, having a biochemistry background, he had to see the research. He said, wait a minute, let me see the research. And back then, I don't know if Beverly remembers, but I know Chris and Nikki have been here long enough. John Morey, remember John Morey?
Oh, yeah.
So my husband flew out to meet with John Morey. And he and my husband had a conversation. And my husband came back home and said, this is legit. This is the real deal. This company is for real. The research is real. We're going to do this. We're going to start taking it. So I started taking it. Well, I was taking it already during my pregnancy. When my baby was born, I gave birth to my son on my bed with a midwife. I didn't go to the hospital at all. So gave birth, the midwife drew the baby's blood work. She came back 2 days later and said, whatever it is that you're doing, because you refuse the prenatal vitamins, you refuse the amnio, you refuse everything that I'm telling you to do, whatever it is that you're doing, keep doing it. Your blood work is perfect and the baby's blood work is perfect. That's when our career started with Juice Plus. My husband and I sat down, we discussed it, and we said, our patients need to know about this. We cannot keep this a secret. This cannot be a secret. So we started sharing it. So and so that was 21 years ago. That's when I found out about it. And then I said to myself, okay, so you have all this information in your hand, in the palm of your hand. What are you going to do with it? Here's what I did. I started working the business, talking to the business to everyone, sharing health and nutrition, sharing fruits and vegetables with everyone. And 3 years later, I became the first national marketing director that's Latina with the company, with the Juice Plus company, because I know they had the water filtration before, but with the Juice Plus products, the first Latina. And then a few years ago, like Beverly said, I earned the position of presidential marketing director, 100 Club. And I built an amazing team here in the mainland of the United States. We call it the mainland because Puerto Rico is also American. So that's the island, right? So I built an amazing team here in the mainland, but I also have an amazing team in Puerto Rico. Beautiful, loving, warm, friendly. I have not seen a more friendly and loving team than my Puerto Rico team. They're giving. They will talk to anyone. And as we speak, my national marketing directors, all 6 of them, are in Mexico right now as we speak, prospecting and building their teams in Mexico. So tonight, I'm not going to talk about things that can be found in the Freedom Revolution. We already know how to do that. It's made available for everyone. People have made videos about it. There's lots of information. You guys are all leaders. You can build your own skill set on that. But I am going to talk about what it took for me to grow my own successful Juice Plus business and what I needed to transform my thinking. I needed to transform my thinking from going into my clinic and making good money, giving herbs and acupuncture to people and helping people, transform that thinking from just there to another level. So this is what I've been doing with my journey. So I'm going to ask you all to skill up. If you're a note taker, take notes, skill up for 21, that last portion of 21 and 22, and be determined to follow the major habits that we need to win in this game. I'm all about teamwork, you guys. I am all about community. I'm all about my club, my tribe. Like Beverly said, I have empresarias Latinas and sisters with grit. Those are women, because everyone that wasn't Latina on my team was like, hey, how about me? Right? So I said, okay, we're all females, so we're all gritty. So let's create sisters with grit. And it's a community of like-minded women who all have the same goal to succeed and to help other people succeed. So what we want to do tonight is we want to transform your potential into pure action. Because it's action that's going to take us and move us up the ranks. It's action that's going to take us to wherever it is that we want to go. I tell my team that my job is to make them better than me. It's kind of like a parent, right? When you have children, you want your children to turn out to be a better version of you, right? You don't want them to take all your bad habits. You only want your good habits to go along with them. So that's the same way I treat my team. So I'm going to give you some applicable information that you can use to make a difference with your team. I've been a homeschool mom. I'm more of a teacher type when I teach and when I coach. I homeschooled my children for 10 years. So I have notes that I'm looking at. I encourage you all to take notes. I'm giving you details on becoming that person who's large and in charge of their own business, that person who wants to change their own life, who wants to go to another level. And it's not something, listen, that person who's large and in charge is not someone that you wake up to be like, you wake up and all of a sudden you're large and in charge. No, you create who you want to be with this type of business. This is one of the many wonderful facets of our industry. That's what I believe, that we get to work on ourselves and create who we want to be. I believe that this is what makes our industry strong. This is, you get to be whoever you want to be in this industry. So let's talk about mindset. To become successful in life and to have the ability to change other people's lives, because that's what I do with Juice Plus. It all starts with your mindset. Let's talk about your mindset and the decisions that you make. Decisions that we make. Before you can become great for anyone else, first make the decision to become great for yourself. Now hear me out. Make the decision to become great for yourself. No, that is not selfish. I've said this to other people and they're like, well, that's selfish. No, you can't give what you don't have in this business. I ask myself, what is it that makes people get to the top of their game? So when I hear people like Robert Kiyosaki, or I look at Eric Worre, or you go on YouTube and you hear all these people that are becoming like billionaires, with the internet, I'm like, what is it that makes people move to the top in their game? What is it? My answer is, well, for me, I'm a believer in Christ. So faith in God, the Almighty, number one, integrity, running your business with integrity, and confidence. Confidence we work on over and over and over again throughout our entire life. Confidence is not something you go shop for one time and it's there and it's done. Become the best you, the best yourself that you can become. Because when you become the best, you're the best for your family. You're the best for your husband, right? You're the best for your team. You have to decide how you want to live. Now, I want to review these two heads here. Review these two heads and ask yourself, and be honest, this is like a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer me, but answer you. Where are you right now with your Juice Plus business? Are you the fixed mindset? Are you the growth mindset? So the fixed mindset says failure is the limit of my abilities. Is that true? No, a lie. Okay, the fixed mindset says I'm either good at it or I'm not. So look, Beverly, I can't because I'm either good at it or I'm not. I'm going to quit. I can't do this. That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't like to be challenged. Oh, well, if you don't like to be challenged, we need to read some books on that. We need to pray over that. No, that's a limited fixed mindset. Let's read what the growth mindset says. The growth mindset says, failure is only an opportunity for me to grow. Because how many of you have not failed with this business? I don't know if you said you have not failed, that would be a lie too. It says, I can learn to do anything that I want. Challenges help me to grow. That's the mindset that we want to have. You have to decide to want more. You are a limited edition. Keep in mind that you are powerful and there is no one else like you. You are unique. With that said, you have your own gifts and your talents, and you have to bring your gifts and your talents to the Juice Plus table, to your teammates. Identify your gifts. Understand that you are completely wonderful just the way you are. And understand that if you're if you're having a hard time identifying your gifts that you can bring to your team, then the first thing that you need to work on is on your self-worth. Self-worth, it's like a bad word to people, like, I'm worthy. Yes, you are worthy, but you're not believing it. That's why we put people through a self-development program in this business. Now, the Cotton family has been here long enough to know that if your team does not grow personally, they don't see the worth within them, there is no way they're gonna run a huge team. Grow in your gifts and then give your gifts to others. Give your gifts to your team. Encourage your team to see their gifts. Use their gifts. Take action with their gifts. Don't let your team just sit idle, doing nothing. Like when she said, there's a lady here that got to QSC in less than 30 days. I'm taking all of my people to QSC in 10 to 20 days with this summer blitz. If I'm signing you up, what are you good at? Are you good at speaking? Okay, let me teach you how to speak because we're not salespeople. We share. We're a research and education company. Are you good at giving presentations? Okay, great. Are you good with the Instagram and Facebook? Great. Let's use that talent. But you have to take action and you have to teach your people to take action. Grow your gifts by using them and taking action with them, using them to bless others. Because ultimately, you guys, this is why we run a Juice Plus business. It's to bless others on our team, even if you're afraid. Even if you're afraid. Let's talk about the power of words. I've seen so many people lead their team as in management mode. We are not managers, you guys. We are encouragers. We're empowering people. We're not managers. Your words determine how you think about yourself. Your thoughts determine how you act. And your actions that you're taking with your business will determine your results. So ask yourself, what actions am I taking? What words am I saying about myself? With this summer blitz, if you just signed up, are you saying, oh, I can do this? Oh, if she did it, oh, wait a minute. If Beverly did it, I can do it. Oh, no, wait a minute. If that lady Wanda can do it, I can do it. You know, my first conference that I went to, my son, Justin, the one I told you the story with Mitra Ray, he was 3.5 months old. And I sat against the wall in the back where all the nursing moms used to sit. Remember that? On the floor, and I nursed him with a lot of nursing moms, and I saw the NMDs walk the stage, and I'm going to tell you what I said. I was like, wait a minute. If they can do it, they don't look like anything special. I mean, congratulations to them. They're powerful for even being up there. But if they can do it, I can do it. That's the words, that's the self-talk that I gave myself. If they can do it, I can do it. You must understand the law of abundance. There's a lot waiting for us, and we only think about what we see in front of us. Think about the future. Look at the carrot hanging at the end of the tunnel. Listen to yourself and listen to what others are saying. Are they operating in abundance? Are you operating in, man, there's that presidential marketing director position, and that's a big, huge bonus. I'm going to talk to my sponsors. I'm going to talk to the people that brought me onto this team, because that's for me. I see my name on presidential marketing director. I see my name on 100 Club. Are you operating in abundance? Or are you operating in scarcity? Something like, I don't know if I can get to QSC in 30 days. I don't know. Here's what you should be saying. If somebody else did it, then I can do it. Because there's no difference between a somebody else and me. I may even be a little bit more powerful than that somebody else. If we're operating in abundance, that's what we're going to be saying to ourselves. Now, people say, I don't know how I'm operating. Tell me how I operate. Well, ask your team members, ask your people how you sound and what you're saying. They'll be honest with you. They'll tell you whether you're uplifting or not. We definitely do not want to pass a scarcity and fearful attitude onto our team. I tell all of my blitzers, you can do this, you will do this, and you will get the bonus, because you get an $100 bonus, and then you get a $400 bonus, and I want my $400 bonus too. And then you get a $700 bonus, and I want my $700 bonus too. So come on, let's get cracking. Let's do this. What is it going to take? What are you good at? Tell me. Are you good at talking, making phone calls, Instagram? Oh, you're good at Instagram? All right, let's take a whole lot of pictures for the next week, and then not selling pictures, lifestyle pictures. And then let's put them on a timer. Let's push them out. Let's push them out. Let's make phone calls every single day. Let's make phone calls. So be afraid and do it anyway. Do you think that my ladies that I bring in are not afraid? They're afraid. I was afraid a little bit, even though I was talking that big talk. Anybody that tells you that they're not afraid, they're lying. Do it afraid. If you want to become large and in charge, you do it afraid. You do it anyway. This is part of the process of our business. We're afraid a lot of the times, but we see the big picture. We see the big picture of what? Of serving and taking people to another level. That's what we get paid for. If you were to interview me just on why did you become and how did you become a presidential marketing director 100 Club, by serving and loving other people, because the rest of it is easy. Everything else is on the Freedom Revolution. Everything else is on the Freedom Revolution with a bigger picture in mind of serving and taking people to the next level. Listen, you guys, fear dissipates with service. When you're serving other people, fear dissipates. Fear dissipates with action. You have to take action. It's kind of like at my church, my lady pastor doesn't let anybody sit idle. Like, you're coming to church, you receive salvation. Okay, we're going to put you to work. We're going to go and make disciples. It's kind of the same concept. You signed up to Juice Plus. I'm going to teach you how to get the $100 bonus, the $400 bonus, the $700 bonus. Let's take action. Let's get to work. Oh, but I don't know how. That's why I'm here. I'm going to hold your hand. Not going to manage you, not going to convince you, not going to be after you. But if you're ready, I'm going to run with you. My job is to teach my team how to crush it over and over and over again, how to be their best to take them to an income and a lifestyle that they only dreamed of. That's what I do as a presidential marketing director. I'm sure that you ladies also, as NMD and as PMD Plus, that's what we do. We teach people to be their best. Let's talk about making a decision. We can make a decision to just be good, to be better, or to be the best. Make the decision about what you're going to do and at what level you're going to be playing on. What level do you want to play on? Ask yourself. Like, be for real. What level do you want to play on? Make the decision to be strategic. Don't come into the Juice Plus business and say, oh, whatever, like wherever I land, I guess. If people ask me about Juice Plus, then I'll tell them about it. How's that going to work out? Tell me how that's working out for you. If people ask me about it, Chris, then, I'll show them my bottles. No, we have to be strategic. Make a decision. You could be good, and that's all right because that's your life. You can be better or you can be the best. Make the decision to be strategic and ask yourself, what is next? What's next on the agenda? Because I need to make a decision. I'm going to tell you what I've learned in my business is that vacillating causes so many people to slow down. Here's what I tell people. Once you've built that momentum, you build the momentum, don't stop. Don't stop. Because it'll be difficult to get it back again. It'll take a long time. But vacillating is what's distracting people, not making decisions. So as leaders, we help them see the vision and make the decision. Make a decision to move forward. Preparation. Okay, this is a big one also. Put in the effort for the preparation, you guys. When I think about entrepreneurship, and when I think about the hours of preparation that I've put into this business, when I'm up late at night getting ready for like an expo, and my kids, when they were little, everybody was helping and getting things together for the expo. When I'm getting ready for a talk, when I'm up at midnight, I don't know if she's on, with my QSSC, we're up at midnight looking for rooms for the conference for our team. That's preparation right there. How many of you have signed up for the conference already? How many of you have gotten your hotel rooms for the conference already? Yeah, that's what preparation is all about. Listen, fierce people attract fierce people. That's why I was attracted to Beverly. I saw her on that video. I was like, oh, I like the braids. Oh, she's cute. Oh, I'm going to meet her. I said, fierce people attract fierce people. Don't misunderstand this. How you step into a room is because you prepared yourself, because you built your confidence, because you've worked on yourself, because you've developed yourself. So how are you going to step into a room? Of course, we have to step into a room with love and with kindness so people can love us, like us. But are you prepared? And have you developed your confidence to run this business and move all the way up to Presidential Marketing Director Plus or to National Marketing Director? Are you prepared? Because it all starts with preparation. Don't get tired and don't get left behind because of lack of preparation. I've met people who've been with this business a gazillion years and they're still sales coordinator, and there's nothing wrong with that if you decided that that's where you want to be. Hear me clearly. If that's where you want to be and you are happy there, that's okay. Then we're happy for you, right? But if you're in this business a gazillion years and you keep talking about, I'm going to get to National Marketing Director, but you're not preparing yourself, you need to work on preparing yourself. Preparation, for example, if you're giving a presentation, I prepare all of my new people before they go out and give a presentation. Prepare them for success. Prepare them to teach the compensation plan. Okay, so all the leaders here, how many people do you know that don't know what PB or POB means? Yep. You gotta know what PB and POB means, you guys. You gotta be prepared. Prepared also to edify your team, to meet people where they are, to let them know how beautiful and powerful they are, and that they too can do it. If I did it, you can do it. Now let's talk about making a list, because people are like, I don't have to write anything down. Or they come, I do a morning training every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30. And some people show up and I'm teaching like I'm giving it my all, right? Some people are taking notes and some people are just sitting there. Like they're gonna memorize all this. Well, guess what? The ones that are taking notes are the ones that are making the money. The ones that are taking notes are the ones that are getting the $5,000 because they're moving up to QNMD. The ones that are taking notes are my next NMD. The ones that are just sitting there like, I'm gonna memorize all this, I'll get it. Yeah, well, they're still stuck at QSC. I could tell you that. Make a list of all the things that can happen if you follow the smart choice. These are smart choices to follow. Listen, network marketing has a lot of skill sets that we can learn. They're easy, they're simple. If we apply ourselves, we can do it too. So first, be specific. When I bring people into my team, like now with the Blitz, I'm very specific in what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the movers and the shakers. I'm looking for people that are happy and joyous. I'm looking for people that have a passion to love on other people. And I'm looking for those people that really want to make big money. I'm not lying about it. I'm not lying. Listen, that's who I'm looking for. Is that you? I'm looking for fierce people. Oh, but you're not fierce yet, but we can work on your fierceness. Are you willing and are you teachable? I'm okay if they're just teachable. I'm okay. So we're going to be specific. We're going to take actions that are measurable. How many people on your team are just, when you call them, they're like, we're working on it. I'm like, what exactly is it that you're working on? Because when we look at the 12-month analysis, it's still the same. We're working on it. You want actions. You want to teach your team members to take actions that are measurable, that are achievable, that are realistic and timely. So if you sign somebody up for the Blitz, and the Blitz is June, July, and August, and their dream is becoming National Marketing Director by Christmas, is that smart? What do you think, leaders? I don't know. Nobody in my team has ever done that. I don't know. Maybe the Cottons have had people on their team do that, get to NMD in 6 months, but it's not realistic. It's not achievable. Listen, you got to write this down. Things that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely, and have your team members write it down. There's something very powerful and instrumental if you write it down. Wavering, like, I don't know what's measurable. I don't know what I can achieve between now and Christmas. I have no idea. That's wavering. And wavering has no value. Using the SMART method and being specific has a lot of value. Now let's talk about support. Hi, babe. Now let's talk about support. There is no being large and in charge. There is no being at the top of your game without a support team. That's what we call partners. You can't be large and in charge in this type of industry without a team. Yes or no? Yes or yes. I shouldn't even say yes or no. Yes, or yes.
Yes.
Yes. If you try to do this by yourself, you'll make a few dollars, a few $100s, but you're not going to get to the top. It's going to be a problem for you. You can't tell me you're going to get to NMDs, but I don't want to build a team. It's not going to work. It's going to be a problem and you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to quit. So that's why I talk about being specific from the gate, from the beginning, from the very beginning of their career with this business. Be specific. I am looking for team players who want to build team players. Is that you? Or at least, are you teachable? Be careful in trying to take on too much by yourself. This is not going to work. This is not a work alone type of business. That's why we're here, to teach you. So you may ask, people say to me, so when do you get help, Wanda? Like, Dr. Wanda, when do you get help? When do you have a support team? Well, I started developing my support team when I decided that I wanted to grow. You want to grow? Get your support team. Everyone who wants to get to a different level of success surrounds themselves with people that will take them there. Make sense? You want to get to the next level of success? Surround yourself with powerful people who can take you there, and then you help take them there. It's like one hand holding the other hand, holding the other hand. And be courageous, you guys. Be courageous in bringing people into your circle, bringing people into your team. People tell me, oh, I'm afraid of talking. I don't know how to close. I'll show them the bottles, and if they like them, then that's fine. No, be courageous in bringing people into your circle. We have what everyone needs. I don't know anyone who eats 33 fruits and vegetables, including the peel, the pit, and the stem. And I don't know anybody that can make unlimited income from home in their pajamas, except us. So be courageous. Be courageous. I want people in my circle, like I said before, that are fearless, who are choosing to be courageous themselves, that are willing to extend their hand and say, I'm going to bring you up with me. You don't have the right mindset right now, but I'm going to teach you if you're teachable. And then there's the other end, the other side to that. I follow people who are ahead of me. You know that law of, I think it's called the law of who do you attract? We can have our team members. We can have people where we're all on the same level, but how am I going to grow if we're all at the same level? If we all know exactly the same thing, how am I going to grow? So I also follow people who are ahead of me, and it's suggestible that you do that. I don't care about where they are. I want to know about what they did to get to where they are. I want to be with people who are a few steps ahead of me so that I can get tips from them and learn from them. Make sense?
Yep.
Let's go to the next one. Okay, so let's talk about bouncing back with passion, because sometimes we make good decisions. Sometimes we invest. Listen, I'm going to tell you one of my mistakes that I had to bounce back from. I spent like almost 2 hours showing the presentation. The lady's like, oh, well, show me the compensation plan. Okay, I'll show you the compensation plan. We were talking in Spanish and English. She had an accent. I knew she was from another country, but I made a big mistake being a big leader in this company. When I went to sign her, she said, oh, I love it. I love it. Where her accent went to sign her up. She's like, oh, you need a social security? I don't have a social security number. I'm Brazilian. I was like, so that's what I call the bounce back ability. We got to be able to bounce back. Be confident with being uncomfortable. I felt so uncomfortable and so foolish as a leader that I didn't even ask her. I heard her accent, but I didn't even ask her, well, are you a citizen? Do you have a social security number? No, but I invested 2 hours. It just gave me good practice. And I did make a good friend because Brazilians make great food. So that was the good outcome. One of the major ingredients of success, you guys, is failure. Don't be afraid of failing. I've had lots of failures. I just told you one. Oh, I have another big one, but I don't want to go into all my failures. But get comfortable with being uncomfortable and accepting your failures. There's no way that you can get to the top unless you learn to brush it off and keep going. That's what I call the bounce back ability. The bounce back ability. As a leader, you're bound to teach your team to bounce back too. So when your teams fall, do you leave them down there? No, you don't leave them down there. We're like, okay, girl, let's cry together. Let's cry it out. Let's talk it out and bounce back. Focus on your next goal. So focus on your next goal. So then here's something that just happened this week, which is why I put it in this presentation. New people, I don't want to mention any names, so I'm going to say people in plural. New people are more concerned with themselves and how they look in front of people instead of being concerned in how they're going to serve others. So that was a big lesson. That was a big lesson. Don't be concerned in how you look. Be concerned in how you're going to serve others, because you have what everybody needs in the palm of your hands. You can be at the top of your game and still get no's. So my team, so I have some team members here. I could see Megan right now. Megan is one of my girls that got to a QSC in under 30 days. So Megan, listen, people say no to me. People are like, oh, they say no to you. You're so powerful. No, I get afraid just like you get afraid. I'm a normal human being, just like you're a normal human being. But I've learned how to bounce back. I think it's Chris Drobes that said, discipline your disappointments, right? Discipline those disappointments. And in your bounceability, sometimes we're going to miss deadlines. It's not the end all be all. You don't need to quit Juice Plus because you missed a deadline. You don't need to do that. Let's say, for example, it's the end of the month. You had a few points to PB or POB. Your excess, with your excess, you didn't make it. If you guys are leaders and don't know what I'm talking about, you got to learn this. You didn't make it with your excess. You're going to sit there and cry? Thank you for the money you just gave me, because I always tell my team, you're giving me money, you're leaving money at the table. Don't do that. But that's when the bounceability factor comes in. And with that said, I'm going to encourage you all to increase your knowledge. In order for you to bounce back, you have to increase the knowledge for you to be able to answer where you're going. Like, where are you going? I don't know. No, you got to know where you're going. What do you want to do with this? What do you want to get out of it? What are your goals? What do you see at the end of the tunnel? What's that carrot mean? What does that mean? Your knowledge base increases dramatically with your confidence. That's why I lead my team, and I'm huge with personal development, huge with mindset, because the Juice Plus company can't make it any easier for us. They can't make it any easier for us. We just have to have the mindset that we're going to work it. Practice what you do know, and you'll end up multiplying yourself. That's the whole game here. Duplication, but you want to duplicate people that are powerful, that are confident, that are fierce in what they do. You don't want to duplicate the wrong thing, because your business will break down. We're almost at the end, you guys. Philanthropy.
I was going to say that, Wanda. That's good, because we got to reel you in, because we're at the end.
Yeah, we're almost at the end. Philanthropy. Listen, to become large and in charge, it's all about giving and philanthropy. How much are you giving? What are you doing for others? I pray that this time next year, you are not even able to recognize yourself with the growth that has happened within you. You won't recognize what you've achieved. You won't recognize where you live. You won't recognize what you accomplished. You're not even going to recognize your bank account, because it's grown so much, because you're a giver and a lover of people. You won't recognize anything about you. That's what my prayer is for you, in applying everything that you're learning with personal growth. So what dream do you have that has nothing to do with you? That's what philanthropy is all about. Listen, you guys, this is how I run this business. One of my ladies that is getting to QNMD, she was afraid in the beginning. She didn't want to do anything because she was afraid of what people were going to say about her. And one day I had to sit her down and say, you must think that this business is really about you, don't you? This business is not about you. This business is about the love and how you're going to share all this great information with others. That's actually how you overcome obstacles. You want to overcome obstacles? Serve others. To have a clear focus of what you want to do with others beyond yourself. That's what you want to do with this business. Obstacles. There are obstacles that we hear about all day long. Listen, I've been in this business 21 years, and they're the same objections and the same challenges and the same obstacles. I don't have money. I don't have enough skills. I don't have enough time. Oh, I have to ask my husband. I hate that one. I have to ask my husband. Why? Don't you make your own money? I'm moving. I can't order it right now because I'm moving. That's okay. Give me your new address. I can send it to your new address. So here's the lesson. In order to overcome challenges and objections, you have to know that objections are part of the process. It's part of this game that we call Juice Plus. So why are you so surprised that you're getting, people act surprised when people say no. That's part of the network marketing game. That's part of being a powerful fierce leader in network marketing in the Juice Plus business. So here's what I suggest. Make a list of all of the objections that you can get in our business and be ready to answer them. Make a list and then be ready. Never get defensive. Never let them see you sweat. Come back with preparation. Finish the job. Here's another thing that I've noticed. Finish the job and go in with the close, even if they have an objection. People give an objection and people buckle down like, okay, no, never mind. I'm sorry that I even talked to you. No, go in for the close. The only time I stop is if I get a hardcore no. And they're like, no, get out of my face. I never want to see you again. I never want to hear about Juice Plus. Then that's what, okay. Until you're willing to work the numbers, I already went through this. You're not, and learn the compensation plan. You're leaving money at the table, you guys. If you leave money at the table, you can wave goodbye to all of those things that you want. Private school for the children, college, trips around the world. Like, you don't want to do that. So make sure, this is my last slide, you guys. Okay, make sure you don't leave money at the table. So I want to encourage you all to get prepared for the greatness that's already promised to you. Get prepared for your greatness to come to full fruition. Get prepared for the greatness that is coming, because you've taken over. You've taken people to a place that they have not imagined. They never imagined that they can be there. My purpose is to take ordinary people to become extraordinary people. I'm changing people's lives, and so are you. That's why you're here. That's why you've been listening to me tonight. Every word that you say is important. Every text that you send is important. Every encouraging word that you say is important. Every time you tell people that their today has nothing to do, that their today is not their tomorrow, that's encouraging them. Me being at the top of my game means that I'm taking my team to the top with me. That's all it means. When you see like Chris and Nikki Cotton, I used to hear those two names. I'll be like, oh my gosh, they're so famous. But you know what that means? It means that they're at the top of their game and they're taking a lot of people up with them. That they're here to take you to another level. All right. They're not leaving you behind. That's what that means. So I am so proud to have had the opportunity to just be here with you and share some of my success on how I got to 100 Club. And I expect that this time next year, you won't even be able to recognize yourself because of your success. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Wanda.
Beverly,
Yes,
are
you're
you there?
welcome.
Can you stop your share screen, Wanda?
Did I stop?
Beverly?
Yeah.
I am. So y'all, wow. Okay, you guys, I told you that was amazing. And if you weren't taking copious notes, like Wanda said, that's probably why you stuck right where you are. Because, are you operating in abundance or scarcity? Serving, you heard service, you hear that all the time, okay, is the key. And everybody's scared, all right? Even Beverly
Everybody's
is scared, okay? So be strategic. Fierce people attract fierce people, guys, and the list goes on. So Wanda, we can't thank you enough for being a part of our Team Heat training call. Phenomenal. Words of wisdom. I'm going to be sharing this more with a lot of my team. I saw that in the chat also. Nikki, Chris, thank you for being the great leaders you guys are. And I just love my Juice Plus family. So thanks, Chris and Nikki.
Yeah.
You're welcome. And just for a last thing, would everybody unmute themselves? And if they can just share one or two words that they're feeling right now from Wanda's talk, I think it would be really fabulous for her to hear that from all of you. So I just unmute yourself and
Empowered, inspired.
Love you, Wanda.
Yeah,
Inspired and grateful.
Amazing.
Thank you, Wanda.
Grateful.
Wonderful,
amazing.
grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Wanda.
you.
Thank
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Inspired.
Thank
You're
you so much.
welcome.
Thank
Have
you.
a great night, everyone.